Welcome everyone to this exciting interview segment. Today we have the pleasure of sitting down again with Peter Sullivan, director, writer, and producer of the movie The Merry Gentleman. Join us as we delve into Peter's insights into this movie and the challenges of filming The Merry Gentleman. Thank you for being here with us, Peter.
Well, thank you for having me.
So, it's a pleasure. So, can you tell us a little bit about the storyline of The Merry Gentleman?
Absolutely. Britt Robertson plays a professional dancer from Broadway who has been dropped from her show right before Christmas. And so she returns home to find out that her family live music venue has fallen on hard times. And it's up to her to come up with the perfect show to save the day. And the show she comes up with is a male dance review
Yeah,
which is basically male strippers,
yeah,
that quickly becomes the talk of the town and a big hit.
yeah. And what initially attracted you to this incipit of this movie, or what inspired you?
Mhm. Well, I love playing with music and dance. I've done it before. I did a movie called Jingle Bell, which had a number of musical sequences in it. I did Dear Secret Santa, which had a big sing-along scene in it. And so it's always something I've really enjoyed. And so the idea of doing a movie about performing, about the love of putting on a show. It just appealed to me in a number of ways, and it was something different. Here's a story I've never seen before in any Christmas movie ever, and it's very rare, and especially with so many movies being made, to find a Christmas movie that you haven't seen in such a big way. And I said, you know what, I'm going to take a big swing on this and see what happens.
Great. What do you think makes this movie so special and captivating?
For me, it's the love of performing. I have always embraced the let's go put on a show mentality in every movie that I've ever done. It doesn't matter how big the budget is or how small the budget is. Let's get a group of people together and just put on a show. And that's very much what the characters do here. And I really wanted to let the audience, have fun along with the characters and really just embrace performing, creativity, coming up with something new, and all of that, and just create an experience that's just a blast to watch.
Great. And what do you hope audiences will take away from watching this movie?
I think they'll take away what I hope is, I want to give them a movie that they didn't know they needed. We've seen a lot of the same types of Christmas movies over and over again, and I wanted to do something different. That when audiences finish watching this movie, they say, you know what? I haven't seen this before. This is something new.
Yeah.
And going back to when we did Christmas Under Wraps, 10 years ago, we were doing stuff in that movie that's now become commonplace. But, back then it was new. So maybe 10 years from now, everyone will be going, oh, not another Christmas male stripper movie. But now it's new and it's something exciting. And it's like, I got to see something different today.
Great. Yeah. And what was it like working with the rest of the cast and crew on set?
I'm sorry, could you repeat that?
What was it like working with the rest of the
Oh,
cast and crew on set?
they were fantastic. And here's the cool thing about doing a movie like this is because of the dancing. There was 2 to 3 weeks of rehearsal before we even started shooting. So what was great was that I got to work with everybody and the choreographer so long in advance that by the time we got to set, we had such a camaraderie, and we were all friends. We'd all been hanging out together for 3 weeks. Much like back to high school theater days. Because you just build up this relationship, and that's something that's missing a lot of times because you go from show to show to show. You don't have that prep time together to really bond. And this film we did. So everyone just really enjoyed being together and spending time together. And it was great to see everyone contributing a different skill in dancing. Some people, had been doing it for years. Some people had never danced in their lives. And it was very interesting to see everyone come together and again to put on that show. And that to me was the most memorable part of working with everybody on the show because it was a real treat to have that time together.
Great. And what can you tease about this movie's storyline?
Uh, about tease about this movie storyline. Um, well, like I said, Britt, who's a dancer herself, um, comes from Broadway. And so one of the cool things about the story is that the movie opens with a Broadway dance number, and we get to see her in action. So not only were we doing the rehearsals with the guys, we were also doing rehearsals with Britt and the Jingle Bells that she's dancing with at the very beginning of the movie. And we got to do this big dance number. It was probably a little too long for the movie, so not all of it made it. But it was just it's great to see her evolution, going from someone who wants to be the center of attention to taking a backstage role in helping these guys learn how to dance. And she just takes these guys out, they're not dancers. She takes the bartender, she takes the cab driver, she takes, the handyman, she takes her sister's husband and the random guy and said, I'm gonna teach you how to dance and we're gonna put on this show. And that's such a great pleasure.
Amazing. So, the last question about this movie,
Mhm.
what was your favorite scene or moment while filming it?
There's this really sweet moment where we've just had our first dance number, and Britt and Chad just go for a walk. And having been through now her teaching them how to dance, him getting over his stage fright, him having wonderful success with their first show, that they just get to slow down and talk and we get to see these characters spend time together and just get to know each other better. And we see feelings start to emerge that they have for each other. And it's just this beautiful scene where they're sitting in the town and all the Christmas lights are on and they're in front of this beautiful tree. And it's just a really sweet moment, that in a movie that's full of big crowd scenes and dancing and music and all of this stuff, just to slow down and have these two people sitting by a tree talking. It's a really sweet moment. I'm very happy with it.
Great. So, change of movie. What can you tease about A Royal Christmas Ballet?
So what can I tell you about what?
A Royal Christmas Ballet.
About my next Christmas movie?
Yeah, A Royal Christmas Ballet. You're a co-producer in this movie.
Oh, ballet. Yes, yes. All right, it's again getting back to dancing, and it was funny to do these two films back to back. Um, that it's not dissimilar. Except it's about ballet and not about male dancing. But you have the story is, and it's great because um, we have Britt Underwood, who is fantastic, and she had a ballet background, and coming in and um, seeing how she putting together a show, a ballet,
Yeah,
and teaching a young ingenue how to dance and falling in love with the prince. And one of the great things about it is it's a reunion with Brittany Underwood and Jonathan Stoddard, who have done a couple films together for us now, one of which I directed. And it's always a blast to see them together. And it was interesting. I met an actress on that movie named Monet, who I then went on and directed another Christmas movie with that'll be on Lifetime in December.
oh,
With no dancing in it. But yeah, it's a very different type of dancing movie, but a dancing movie nonetheless. And but then we did that one just before The Merry Gentleman. So going to set, spending time on set up in Buffalo, New York for that film prepared me for what I was about to be in store for on The Merry Gentleman.
Great. So this is it. Make sure, all of you, to go to The Merry Gentleman on Netflix, starting from next Wednesday. And thank you, Peter, to join us today.
Great, thank you.
It's a pleasure. So thank you all for watching. Bye.